Like a glove. That's actually really cool. Look at how well this floor liner fits. It literally fits every contour of the carpet of this truck, and this truck is 25 years old. You just bought a car. New, used, doesn't matter. What's the first thing you should buy for that car? Floor mats. My vehicle is 25 years old, and luckily the factory floor mats are not made of carpet. You can see here, they're made of a thick vinyl material, which is awesome for protecting the underlying carpet. You can also see that these are pretty well worn out. Taking a look underneath this passenger side floor mat, you can see, other than the looks, it's in relatively good condition. There's no holes or wear-through areas at all on this side. However, taking a look at this driver's side, we see a different story. This side has been used much more than that passenger side. And so therefore, there's a lot more wear. And you can see areas like this where the floor mat has actually cracked and even has holes. Taking a look at the bottom here, you can see a lot of these teeth have been worn off. And here's that crack we could see from the other side. And while the floor mat material has held up nicely for 25 years, it's getting a little brittle. These teeth are just falling off here. And some of these areas where the teeth used to be are actually creating holes. Taking a look at the rear floor mats, they are still in relatively good condition for being 25 years old. A little discolored and stained in some areas, but good condition overall. So why are floor mats the first thing you should buy after buying a new or used car? Well, it's because most factory floor mats are made of carpet. And although they look pretty, without protecting those floor mats that are supposed to be protecting your carpet, they're gonna look like trash real quick. Even if your car comes with vinyl floor mats from the factory, it's still a good idea to take those out and replace them with aftermarket floor mats. This way, you can keep your factory floor mats in perfect condition for when you go to resell your car. Yes, you heard that right. To resell your car. If you just bought your car, one of the first things you need to do is protect it to retain its resale value. We've all heard about buying a new car off the showroom floor and driving it off the lot only to have the value plummet at that very moment. One of those reasons is, well, it's now a used car, of course, and it's very quickly going to show signs of wear. There are various aftermarket floor mats you can buy from your local auto parts store, Costco, even Amazon. Matter of fact, I'll link some below. And some are better than others. Some you can trim to fit, which is pretty cool. And most of those will work just fine and be perfect for most people. But let me show you what I bought. Inside this box by WeatherTech is a set of floor mats that cost not $30, not $50, no, not even $100, but $360. Yes, $360. Okay, to be fair, the entire $360 package of floor mats is not just in this box. So let's take a look at what I got for that price. We get the driver's side front, the passenger side front, and a mat that spans the entire rear seating area. Also, let's not forget the rear cargo area just behind the second row of seats. With this package, virtually all of the carpeting in my truck that can be touched by human feet is protected. Okay, I removed the factory floor mat. Let's go ahead and see how this new WeatherTech laser measured floor liner fits. Wow. Like a glove. That's actually really cool. Look at how well this floor liner fits. It literally fits every contour of the carpet of this truck, and this truck is 25 years old. Now, this is really impressive for such an old vehicle. You can see even in areas like this by the kick panel, the floor liner is literally molded almost exactly to the contours. Taking a look down here by the door sill, this floor liner overhangs just enough to let any sort of debris fall out of the truck and not under the door sill. And if you look really close, you can see the attention to detail in the design. I've also removed this driver's side factory floor mat, so let's see how the new one fits on this side. Okay, so this one is much bigger than the passenger side, and wow. It fits also like a glove, as good as I would ever expect it to fit for a 25-year-old vehicle. All right, let's take a closer look and see how this thing fits. And wow, you can see it's molded right up to the frame of the seat. My truck is four-wheel drive, so there is a shifter on the floor. So this mat is designed to work with and without this shifter. And the mat sits right up against it. And you can see just how much protection we have almost all the way up the firewall. Again, look how well this is molded around the kick panel here. And the mold continues on down the kick panel here, down the door sill, covering half of the door sill. And coming back down to this corner, you can see we do have the WeatherTech logo here, but luckily this is just a sticker, so you can remove this if you want. You may have noticed these two holes, one here and one there. In most newer vehicles, the floor mats have a locking system, some way for the floor mats to either be snapped or hooked into place. And although this vehicle is 25 years old, WeatherTech has thought of that. Included with the front two floor mats are these retention hooks. There's a set of directions as well as two of these hooks. Now, if we look at the back of this, we can see it is a screw or auger type that we are going to simply screw into our carpeting. Once this gets screwed into the carpeting, we will then have a hook to hook into this hole and keep the floor liners in place. Okay, here I am in the back, and I am super stoked to have a floor liner back here that spans the entire distance of the rear seating area. And again, this one fits like a glove. Wow. Taking a peek at the fit and finish, you can see how well the floor liner is molded around the seat brackets, as well as the pillar here. Taking a peek towards the middle here, you can see how well they've contoured it around the center console. This rear floor mat fits really, really good. And here on the driver's side, just underneath the front driver's seat, you can see how well this is molded to the contours of the floor. There's also a raised lip in here to keep anything from spilling over, and that raised lip continues around the seatbelt bracket. And if we take a peek just over the back seats, again, we can see this beautiful cargo mat that covers everything from the back tailgate all the way up to the back of the second row of seats. You can also see that giant raised lip around the entire perimeter of this floor liner. Now, judging by the tone of my voice, you can probably tell that I'm super stoked with these floor mats. And I am. There are a few little nitpicks here and there, but nothing worth fretting over. Like, for example, on this passenger side front floor liner, I wish that it went all the way over this transmission hump to protect this carpet here. We do have this odd cup holder here, and so sometimes your coffee will spill right onto this carpet. So if this floor liner reached over and covered this area, that would have been cool. But it does have a lip and covers quite a bit from anything that could be on your feet. Also just little things like this fitment here, but this really isn't that big of a deal. This is a 25-year-old vehicle, and it has a lot of inconsistencies with the carpeting. And so in order to make these work with every one of these vehicles, I'm sure this is pretty much as good as it gets. And that's not bad. And the same goes for this kick panel here. Although it is molded and fits really, really well, there is a little gap there. But again, 25-year-old vehicle, not worried about it. Overall, I would say the fit and finish is like 99% there. And that's good enough for me. I mean, you can see just how well this lip fits right up against the seat bracket here and here. So there you go, floor mats fit for a king. Don't get me wrong, these things are expensive and they're not for everybody. If $360 for the set I just showed you after taxes and shipping is a little too much for you to spend, consider looking at the cheaper alternatives, which are the universal or trim to fit floor mats. Most of those will be everything you'll need. But I reiterate, after buying a vehicle, whether it's new or used, one of the first things you should buy is a new set of floor mats. You gotta protect that interior if you want any sort of resale value retention. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up and also subscribe if you're not already. And yes, you can now start commenting about my mustache. I'm Jimmy with One Road, and I will see you in the next one.